ça qu'a dit aujourd'hui, c'est menti. Menti et menti. Premièrement, en 2018, nous offrons ONA avec d'autres actionnaires pour nous monter une organisation pour nous acheter un terrain en fermat que nous allons développer pour nous faire des projets de logement pour moi classe moyenne. Et première action, c'était d'abord acheter terrain. Pour ça, nous avons besoin de 4,7 millions de dollars. Et à l'époque,
4,7 millions de dollars américains.
Américains, c'est prix qu'on achetait terre. C'est prix qu'on achetait terre. On a apporté 65 millions de gouttes qui à l'époque vaut exactement 1 million de dollars. Et pour 1 million de dollars, pour aller joindre 22% dans actionnariat. Ça veut dire que on a 22% terre, c'est pour on a lié. Donc, pas aucun cob qui pas utilisé. Cob yo ba là, c'est pour t'acheter terrain. Nous acheter terrain. Nous ba au papier terre. Pas gon mortgage sous terre. Nous pas gon goutte sous lit. Et puis, gon l'autre bagage que moun pas dit. Pour acheter ton terrain 4,7 millions, on a pour ton 1 million. Qui moun qui porte 3,7 millions? C'est l'autre actionnaire, inclus moi-même. Donc, nous-mêmes, tout nous mettons comme nous là-dedans. Pas aucun détournement de fonds. Y a aller sous terrain, yo ouais terrain, et ouais, yo fait. Et moi, m'd'auti bagay. Ou m'kwa quoi assez intelligent pour comprendre que, ou pas qu'à construire 139 appartements avec 1 million de dollars. Donc, comme on a dit que on a bail 65 millions de gouttes, qui à l'époque représentait 1 million de dollars, pour construire 139 appartements et que pas aucun n'a rien construit. Il n'y a jamais eu ça. Ou qu'on commence à faire aux États-Unis. Ou acheter terre, ou commencer à la banque, ou prêter comme pour commencer à construire caille, au fur et à mesure, ou vendre caille, ou prêter comme pour construire l'autre caille. Nous ne pouvons pas arriver là. Actuellement, l'architecte a finalisé plan. Nous avons un plan qui peut faire 119 appartements, 20 et à peu près une trentaine de townhouses et à peu près une dizaine de maisons indépendantes. C'est tout. Voilà.
Donc, l'argent, c'était 1 million de dollars que on a là, c'était pour acheter terre, que l'autre actionnaire dans l'organisation pour la métier, qui pour acheter terre, que terre acheté en 2018 ou 2019, où tu visité ensemble Tessa avec le current président de Haiti, Jovenel Moïse, qui t'a applaudi ou qui disait bon travail. Qu'on y a la ULCC Relo pour aller dans la convocation, ou pas aller, ils mettent un avis de recherche d'ailleurs?
Non, faut dire que l'année dernière, ULCC était relé dans la convocation, nous t'es allé 3 fois. Année ça, ils ont bloqué contre moi avant relé. Décidé que, comme on bloqué contre moi, ou déjà fait jugement. Puisque sous bloqué contre moi, on déjà pris une décision contre moi. Pour qu'ils soient relé. Pour qu'ils soient pas relé avant. Nous toujours aller leur relé. Pour qu'ils soient décidés, ou font action contre moi, ou mettons bagage public contre moi, ou mettons accusation publique contre moi, ou pas bonne chance à le présenter, et puis c'est l'offre de mettre là, ou après le faire servir de cobaye. Non, pas taper chance ça. Today, moi, qu'on y a aujourd'hui, am leçon seul bagage. Voyez dans le tribunal, voyez dans le parquet. Quittez juge d'instruction relé. Quittez juge d'instruction relo. Parce que m'bral un petit bagage. Non seulement n'a gagné en court, n'a gagné dans le tribunal, même pour me poursuivre tout le monde qui était sorti pour faire diffamation contre moi. Et parce que n'a prouvé, même je me suis dit là, n'a acheté 4,7 millions de dollars, on a 1 million de dollars là-dedans, on a propriétaire 22%. Pas aucune malversation qui fait dans ça. Son bagage régulier lié. Mais comme je voulais écraser parce que je commençais 3 fois politiquement, et même moun qui prend l'autre ça qui fait là, je vais le poursuivre en diffamation jusqu'à ce que je condamne.
Il y a un avis de recherche qui lance d'ailleurs, ça veut dire que quelqu'un soit policier qui t'a rencontré dans la rue ou bien quelqu'un soit à côté de rencontre, il est capable d'arrêter ou du moins mener en devant ULCC.
À n'importe qui l'heure. Entre 8h et 4h de l'après-midi. Lundi au vendredi. Parce que c'est pas un mandat d'arrêt. Son avis de recherche, ou pas qu'à mener la police. Ou pas qu'à mener en garde à vue. Donc c'est aux heures d'ouverture de l'ULCC pour joindre moi pour mener. C'est tout. Et
est-ce que Reginald Boulos toujours en Haïti, il n'a pas peur? Dans pile rumeur qui dit que un peu partout, il n'a pas qu'à joindre nous, ULCC pas qu'à joindre nous.
Et même pas pour me dire côté mieux, même qu'à jouer en Haïti.
Ok, l'autre sujet que je parler avec vous rapidement, c'est insécurité en Haïti. Quelque part, nous voyons que gang yo a contrôlé Haïti, il y a des journalistes qui mourent. Qui ça dit il y a des membres dans gang yo qui dit que vous recevez des armes de plusieurs côtés, inclus secteur privé que vous-même vous faites partie de lui-même.
Bon, ça dit que une mafia économique, politique et sociale qui prend pays en otage. Qui est là dans le pouvoir exécutif là, qui est là dans le leader politique, qui est là dans certains membres secteur privé, qui est là dans certains membres société civile. Et toutes font une mafia qui est en Haïti en otage depuis 10 ans et qui continue à appauvrir le peuple haïtien à financer gang, à porter insécurité, et pas oublier qu'en 2010, lorsque l'élection t'a fait qui est élu président Martelly, pas de zone de non-droit encore en Haïti. Je dis à 3 pays à ces zones de non-droit.
Donc, quelque part, vous pensez que la police n'a pas gagné assez de moyens, ou du moins, n'est pas capable de vraiment contrôler les territoires là?
Police l'a affaibli, police l'a divisé, police l'a au bord de l'implosion, police l'a pas de armes, police l'a pas de munitions, police n'a pas entraîné, il y a mauvais grains dans la police là. Donc, il faut tout un effort de réorganisation, de reformer, de réentraîner et rééquiper la police nationale d'Haïti, ce que MTV Haïti a fait le livre au pouvoir.
En parlant de réorienter la police, il y a un ancien membre dans la police là qui connaît à la forme groupale, qui parlait de révolution, t'as toujours parlé de révolution, qui c'est barbecue. Et il y a une chose que il dit qui un petit peu attire l'attention puis le monde, surtout au niveau de la diaspora, c'est que il a annoncé que faut une révolution, faut moun yo qu'on y a rentré dans banque, faut moun yo utiliser l'autre moyen pour être capable à fonctionner. This is a barbecue.
Révolution commencée, 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 révolution commencée. Aïe bobo, aïe bobo, aïe bobo pour Jacques Dessalines. Aïe bobo pour Capois la mort, aïe bobo pour Chalma et Peralt, aïe bobo pour toutes les ancêtres nous qui te goumé pour ba nous bout de ça qui c'est Haïti chéri. On est respect pour ceux-là qui vivent l'autre bord de l'eau, on est respect pour tout le monde qui vit dans le quartier populaire. On est respect pour tout le peuple haïtien en général. Force révolutionnaire, Genève famille et alliés, maille une, maille toute. Nous constatons depuis plus de 40 ans qu'il y a un groupe de monde qui prend contrôle du pays. C'est un fait et des faits. Ils mettent des armes dans le quartier populaire pour nous gommer entre nous au profit de eux-mêmes. Ils détruisent le cochon créole nous. Ils détruisent la production nationale nous. Ils détruisent le système éducatif nous.
There we go, that was barbecue. Ah, ça c'était barbecue qui t'a parlé, qui dit que depuis plus passé 40 ans, donc quelque part, c'est pas vraiment un seul gouvernement qui baille moun sa aux armes. S'il parlait depuis plus passé 40 ans, il y a différents secteurs, t'as qu'aux gens les deals qui ont même financé, la parlé de révolution. Est-ce que révolution palia, ou pensez que son révolution qui est totalement à gauche, qui est totalement à droite, ou du moins, ou même ou pas on a révolution ça?
Bon, c'est que révolution sociale livre les palais. Pas de problème avec. C'est la méthode. Moi, je ne suis pas dans les armes, je ne suis pas dans la violence. Je suis un apôtre de la non-violence. Je ne suis jamais dans les armes. Je défends quel que soit gang pour jamais capable de dire qu'il recevoir l'argent dans mes Reginald Boulos pour l'acheter des armes. Jamais. Les armes, c'est les armes scolaires que je dans le ghetto. C'est les armes alimentation que je Je dis à là, je distribué 3500 kits alimentaires à travers la zone de ghetto que nous avons offert la population. Ces âmes éducation, ces âmes la santé, déconstruit plus belle l'hôpital qui est Cité Soleil, l'hôpital Sainte-Catherine, que après me quitter au fin crasé. Donc, la révolution, elle est nécessaire, la révolution sociale, la révolution économique, mais elle n'est pas obligée faite par les armes parce que tout pays qui montre que violence, c'est l'hypothèse, violence n'a pas jamais sorti. Et regardez ça qui arrive en Libye, je dis. Regardez ça qui arrive en Syrie, je dis. Regardez Salvador qui fait près de 25 ans de guerre civile jusqu'à ce qu'il est obligé de chercher un gens de faire la paix. Donc, moi-même, moi, faut nous longer, mais nous, tout haïtien, pour nous demander, pour nous, vrai changement. Mais il faut nous faire dans le rassemblement, dans la réconciliation, dans la paix, dans l'union, dans la bataille contre les injustices sociales et économiques, mais non pas par les armes.
Reginald Boulos pas jamais bail aucun membre gang ZAM, c'est déclaration pour. Est-ce que ça veut dire quelque part tout Reginald Boulos pas jamais financer aucun gang pour acheter ZAM?
Jamais. Jamais. D'ailleurs, pas jamais travailler avec gang. Ça pour comprendre, et James, c'est que recevons une bonne demande de l'organisation Cité Soleil. Et m'a dit en 2017, début 2018, recevons une lettre de demande un policier national qui est le Jimmy Cherizier, qui dit li gon travail, li besoin faire Delma 6 pour le ramasser Fatra, il t'a même fait le cadeau 3 motocyclettes cargo. Alors pas motocyclette, non, tricycle. Moi fait Jimmy Cherizier cadeau 3 tricycles. Mais là ça Jimmy Cherizier ton policier en bonne et due forme la police. Yo pas dit c'était gang. Yo pas dit que c'était dans mauvais affaire.
Donc on qui pas connaît Jimmy Cherizier, c'est lui même que tu te montres là qui c'est barbecue Kounia là.
Exactement. Donc imaginons que bon si demain yo dit son gang qui t'a interviewé parce que James Pierre ton nom gang. M'pas connaît. Je dis à m'a parler avec un ex sérieux. Donc l'autre travaille avec dans le ghetto. Ou pas connaît qui ça on est pour le faire demain. Et ça arrive souvent que côté que m'a travaille avec des groupes monde et puis 2 ans 3 ans après m'entendez non la cité dans série de bagages drôles même pas qu'à connaître le monde.
Est-ce qu'on toujours qu'il y a des contacts avec barbecue Jimmy Cherizier, bon même personnalité à quelque part et n'il pas jamais l'auto pour demander des financements ou du moins c'est autre chose.
Du tout, jamais. D'ailleurs moi barbecue c'était nomme comme ennemi. Donc pas quoi que la brûler les mains. Et non moi quoi que écoutez il ne faut pas juger personne comme ça. Bon, on pas excuser barbecue parce que je pense que tout crime est abominable. Comme avait dit La Fontaine, c'est un crime abominable. Toute violence est abominable. Mais quelque part aussi, il faut regarder les conditions où Cité Soleil à vivre, où la Saline à vivre, où Bel Air à vivre. Et la réaction, elle n'est pas juste, elle n'est pas normale, mais elle peut être analysée. Il faut que nous changions le pays, il n'est pas qu'à continuer comme ça. Tant qu'il y aura de l'injustice sociale, de l'injustice économique, n'a toujours
we see that the gangs are pretty much ruling Haiti. What is your take on that?
I think it's the conclusion of 10 years of basically weapons distribution that started in 2011. I always like to point out that when President Preval handed the power to President Martelly in 2011, President Preval, Mario Andresol, and the minister had done a very good job of basically cleaning up most of the gangs organization that were running in Bel Air, in Cité Soleil and La Saline. But starting in 2012, we saw an effort to basically distribute weapons by the government, and it accelerated under President Jovenel. And over the last, I would say, 12 months, we've basically, 18 months in fact, we've almost seen an association of gang leaders with the power, with the executive power, which was denounced by the UN, by the OAS, by several human rights organizations. And this is what we are seeing today. Together with this, there's been an effort to basically weaken the police force because people that were kicked out of the police were reintegrated, and so we have two basically contradictory approach that's being done. One, reinforcing the gangs, and two, weakening the police, and the result is there. Insecurity, 5 departments that are cut off from the capital for the last actually few months, and now we have the risk of having also the northern part cut off from Port-au-Prince with the problem in Arcaye.
You are talking about executive power. Are you insinuating that the gang members are being financed or being supported by the government?
Listen, in 2018, when there was the massacre of La Saline, the UN basically came out with a report, and they nominated directly Frednel Monchery, which was the Director General of the Ministry of Interior, and Délégué Duplan. And it took President Jovenel several months before firing these people. So basically they remain in the executive power while they were accused of having organized the massacre of La Saline with the gangs of La Saline. The same thing is happening in Cité Soleil. And I think we've seen gang leaders basically announce public manifestation. This is unheard of when basically leaders of gangs are basically claiming now they're revolutionaries, I think there is a need for revolution in Haiti. There is a need for a peaceful revolution, what I would call a social and economic revolution. Dessalines did the political revolution and gave us the independence, but we've never done the economic and social revolution.
You are talking about revolution, and we just saw a video of one of the gang member, former police officer in Haiti, barbecue, well known in Haiti, asking also for a revolution. I wanted to be fair on that question because I know some of the gang members also in Haiti. We're talking about multiple gang members. Some are saying that they are receiving also weapon from either senators, either also from the private sector as well in Haiti.
I believe it's true. I think Haiti has been basically managed over the last 11 years by a mafia that's made of political leaders, executive power leaders, but also some members of the private sector who lives out of contraband and corruption. And this is what I call the revolution. The revolution is basically what I would call the accumulation of wealth creation, but distribution of wealth. It's what I call prosperity and solidarity. There's been limited prosperity in Haiti, targeted to a small group, of which I'm a member, and I am an entrepreneur, and I succeeded in Haiti. But somehow it's been a personal success. It has not been a collective success. Although I do pay all my income tax, all my taxes, I pay $18 million a year, US dollars, to the Haitian government as part of my revenues, income, and taxes. But we need to have everybody do that. At the same time, we need a government that's going to take that money and provide education, provide health, provide job creation, provide credit, and provide support to the people. This is what I call the revolution.
You're the money guy. We'll talk about money most definitely. One more thing, I want to talk about the safety of Haiti. As you stated that the national police literally cannot control the territories of Haiti, not even the safety of the citizens in the capital. We've seen recently two journalists died by gang members of Haiti. Where was it a political aspect of it to silence the media, or was it a mistake? What is your take on that?
I would say that it looks likely that it's an effort to silence everybody. It's an effort to silence political leaders that are opposed to this government. It's an effort to silence economic leaders that are opposed to this government, and it's an effort to silence media that are opposed to the government. I think media that are for this government are receiving money. Media that are against the government are being killed. So it's clearly an effort to silence opposition.
We are seeing images of Haiti right now. One other question I wanted to ask you, Dr. Boulos, is really about the president of Haiti. At one point, some of the private sector members of the private sector and also a fringe of the population were asking for the president to leave power. Do you still hold that position, or do you think the president should stay?
I still think that the president mandate ended on February 7, 2021. I believe that we need to have a political agreement that allows for peace, security to be restored, that allows for election to take place. We at MTV Haiti, the party that I founded and is now made of 32,000 members, we want election. We are saying that there needs to be a short-term transition that would allow for free and fair election. And I want to point out to people listening to us that the two best elections that took place in Haiti were organized by transitional government. One in 1990, when Aristide was elected, it was a transitional government. One in 2005, when Préval was elected, it was the transitional government of Prime Minister Latortue. And even the election of Jovenel took place during a transition by Mr. Prévert. Every time you have election organized while the president elected is in power, they try to play a role in fraudulently change the result of the election, and it results in contested election. When it's done by transitional government, then we have a free and fair election, because usually these governments are neutral. And this is why we explain why we believe a transition government would be better to organize election, restore security, basically do a program of disarmament, but also reinsertion. I'm for the thinking that we need to go into the ghetto with socioeconomic programs. Resolving the gang problem is not just a police issue; it's also a socioeconomic issue also.
So you are saying, is it like we're pushing back the time because the president is elected in Haiti for 5 years? By having a transitional government, now the new president will not take place on time. It'll wait another 2 years. Won't we have any constitutional problem from here?
We had that many times. Remember that Preval started his mandate on May 2016, not in February. And therefore, the idea that we might lose a few months is worth having a good election. Because if we go forward with what President Jovenel is trying to do, force an election in September and November, most opposition parties will not participate. MTV Haiti will not participate in that election because it will not be a free and fair election. It will be a selection. This is an electoral council that was chosen alone by President Jovenel, does not represent different sectors of society. And therefore, they do whatever the president wants. Therefore, this is not going to be a free and fair election. And the result will be, on February 7, a president that comes and is contested from day one, and then the same cycles start over. It's better to lose a few months and have a good election and a legitimate president elected, and then therefore we can start the process of reconciliation. We need reconciliation. We need to have everybody together to work toward one goal, restoring the beauty and the nature of Haiti.
Our guest is Dr. Reginald Boulos, a political leader and also an entrepreneur of Haiti. We all know that it may take more than a few months, literally, to organize election in Haiti. For our viewers internationally, we know that it's not too many electronic devices that we use in Haiti. Most of the vote, you got to cast that with paper, and the transportation and of the bulletin and all those processes will take time in Haiti to have that done. It's probably going to take more than a few months to have an upcoming election in Haiti. Before we talk about money, I know time is of essence. Some of viewers are asking us, you just stated as well that you are a very successful entrepreneur of Haiti. Why involving in politics?
Listen, I have had 2 lives already. I started as a medical doctor. I studied public health. For 16 years, I worked in Cité Soleil, in La Saline, in Petit Place Cazot, in Gonaïve, in Cap-Haïtien, and in the Northeast Department. And then in 1996, 14 years later, after I went from a public health doctor to become an entrepreneur, I worked for 22 years as an entrepreneur. And in 2018, I got a wake-up call. I said, what's going to be my legacy? My legacy is going to be that I was a successful entrepreneur and I made money in one of the poorest countries of the Western Hemisphere. And that's not the legacy I want. I want a legacy where I played a role in changing Haiti. I cannot do it by myself, but I really want that in the future, when I'm no longer there, I'm being remembered for somebody who basically became le bourgeois de la révolution. I believe that the elite of Haiti needs to play a role and say, this has to stop. And I'm taking the leadership to bring that elite to a more, I would say, moral stand, a more ethical stand, and a less corrupt stand.
Is that a statement that we can see pretty soon Dr. Boulos running for president of Haiti or any other elected position?
It's possible. That will depend. I will not run in an election that the election sham that President Jovenel wants to organize. I think I want to see more positive. In the meantime, I will continue to build a party, but I will also continue my humanitarian action. I'm running a school in Cité Soleil that has 2,500 kids who receive quality education. I'm currently finishing a school in La Saline that's going to receive, as of September, 500 kids. Both schools are completely free. Children doesn't pay the food, doesn't pay the uniform, don't pay the tuition. They pay nothing, absolutely. The Boulos groups and associate finance the schools, and I'm very happy that the School of La Saline is going to open soon. I'm building Chateau d'eau, which is water fountain all over the ghettos of Haiti. So in the meantime, I will continue my humanitarian action while we are preparing to fight in a free and fair election. And whether or not I'm a candidate, I'm open to it, but I'm not obsessed by it. I just want to see how things are. Maybe, like any political parties, we might have other people in the party that can do better than me. What I would be remembered is having launched that movement as the founder of the movement. And if I'm president of Haiti, I intend to dedicate the rest of my life to change Haiti.
We most definitely will follow that and keep track on that as well for our viewers, either in Miami or around the world, literally interested in Haiti. I want to talk about Haiti, money, talk about corruption. The biggest question that is still in the air, flying in the air right now, is about Petrocaribe. Is the money that was financed by Venezuela giving oil to Haiti. Billions of dollars vanish. You were protesting in Haiti, asking as well that where's the money, asking the government. There was a huge movement. Now it looked like the movement is silent. What happened?
You know, there is something called movement fatigue. You know, when you fight and people are poor, people are tired, people are I would say facing insecurity, I think priorities change. We just made a big survey all over Haiti asking to give us the 3 more pressing issues for the population of Haiti. And I was surprised. Well, I expected some of that, but still I was surprised. Number 1, 72% of the people named insecurity. Number 2 is la vie chère, the cost of life. Number 3 is education. And number 4 was jobs. So corruption was not among the first 4 items. And it is sad on one hand, but on the other hand, you have to understand, for the people who wake up in the morning not knowing what they're going to eat today, corruption is an abstract subject. What's real is the fact that they cannot leave their house without the fear of being killed. It's the fact that they don't know what they're going to use to feed their kids today. They don't know if they'll be able to go and work and get some revenues. So these are the main issue. And they want their children to go to school. And this is what MTV Haiti intends to do when we are in power, is to work toward reset Haiti. We want to reset Haiti, the same way you reset your smartphone. And for us, reset Haiti means something. It means reform, economic, security, education, travail. Reset Haiti. So that's our motto. That's where we want to go.
Talking about corruption in Haiti, there is a state commission of Haiti anti-corruption stated that your organization that you leading either misused or stole millions of dollars. Now there is a note by the Department of Justice saying that where is that money? What can you tell us about that contract? They haven't seen any work on the ground based on the information that we've received from Haiti.
I think, first of all, you're talking about millions of dollars. The investment done by ONA was 65 million goods. Today, that's worth $650,000 at the good level. It was never to finance the project itself. It was only to finance the purchase of the land. We bought close to 64,000 square meters of land in Fermat using shareholders' money, and ONA is a shareholder, and their participation of 65 million represented 22% of the cost of the land. The land is there. They went to the land, they saw the land, and they're claiming that was to help build 139 apartments. Our project is a project of $32 million, and they only contributed to the purchase of the land. And we have not finalized yet the project itself. And I want to point out to you that ONA, who gave that money, is a member of the board of directors of the company. They participated in every single meeting of the board. And in 2019, we decided that because Paylock, it was not about time to start the process. In 2020, because of COVID, we couldn't do the job. And interestingly enough, when ONA became a shareholder, we signed a pact with them. There was an exit strategy for them, which means that at any point of time that they don't want to be part of the project, the other shareholders committed to basically buy their shares. this offer still stands. So the money basically purchased the land, but the other shareholders are ready to purchase the shares of ONA at any time or any point of time, and ONA will get back the money. So this is a scam. This is a scam on the part of the government. Because think about it. You just mentioned Petro-Caribe. You mentioned, we didn't mention, but I will mention Dermalog and so many things. Why is it that of all the loans given by ONA, which has never been reimbursed, never, you are interested only in Yuri Latortue and Reginald Boulos loan? Both of us have always respected the conditions of the placement. It's not the loan; they are placement, they are investment, and in the case of Latortue, it's invested in an egg farm, and in our case, it's invested in a project to build houses. But the money was supposed to buy the land. The land is purchased. There is no mortgage on the land. It's fully owned by the company.
If it's fully owned by the company, I'm wondering why now? Why they put a hold on all your transaction as well about that company, that organization that
political persecution. Political persecution. I'm becoming stronger and stronger, and then know today that MTV Haiti, in a free and fair election, has probably a very good chance to win at different level, including the presidency. So they have to create a false accusation. We're going to fight it in court, and I assure you, we're going to win in court. But you realize that they refused to take it to court. They kept it at ULCC, and we've been asking them, bring it to court. Let's fight it in court. Give me a chance to fight it in court, and we will win if they decide to go to court. Now, we are filing next week probably, or in 2 weeks, we're going to file a motion to ULCC to bring that case to court. I want to have my day in court, and I will be exonerated.
You want to have your day in court. We know how the Haitian justice system, the failure in so many parts of it. Do you believe in the Haitian justice system? You think that you will have a fair judgment?
I cannot guarantee that, but it is much better than an organization that receives orders from the president directly. ULCC receives orders directly from the president. The director of ULCC is nominated by the president, can be fired upon request by the president. So if he doesn't do what the president asks him, he will be fired. So he's basically executing orders from the palace to go after Boulos. I
want to change the subject real quick, but we know on that note also there is another order by the National Police to arrest you.
No, it's the same one. It's the same one. It's the same. It's not an order to arrest me, first of all. It's an order because they invited me to ULCC, and my answer was, listen, you've already judged the case. You blocked my account. Why do you want to audition me today? Why didn't you invite me to audition me before? So I refused to go, and they're telling the police wherever I am to bring me for them, but it's not an arrest warrant. I wanted to correct that.
So if they ask the police to wherever they find you to make sure you go there, it's basically restraining.
No, it is a restraining. It's an avis de recherche. It's an avis de recherche. It's not an arrest warrant. It's basically saying I refuse to come in front of them. Please bring me to in front of them.
Are you willing to go?
No, I'm not going to go. I will only go to court. I don't believe in the authority of ULCC anymore. It has shown that it's being used as a political tool. So therefore, I want to go in court. Like every American, every democratic country person would say, give me my day in court. Don't judge me by a political unit of the government. Let me go and fight in court. And I know I will win on day one because the papers are so clear and the argument is so clear as to what we are doing and what we want to do. And let me add one more thing for you. Interestingly enough, after we made that investment, I talked to the president about it in 2018. The president expressed desire to go and visit the land. He went with me and visited the land and applauded me for this transaction. And today, he's going after me for the same transaction.
Another topic that I want to talk about before we switch to a few questions in Creole is COVID-19 is literally impacting strongly Haiti. The the health system. We know also the problem that the health system is facing in Haiti, lack of doctors, lack of tools to work in Haiti. How is you a political figure, you also a doctor, how do you think Haiti can survive COVID-19?
It should have been done differently. First of all, the government itself put some measures and did not respect it. The government requested social distanciation, but organized the Carnaval de Port-de-Paix. And right after the Carnaval, 1 month after, we saw a big outbreak of the epidemic come on. So the government is responsible. Their PR campaign was very, very badly managed. Thirdly, the government refused 3 months ago vaccines that were offered by WHO, vaccines that are being used right now in 169 countries, and vaccine that is being used next door in the Dominican Republic. They refused that. On what basis, I don't know. It's like that Haiti had the biggest research organization and that decided that vaccine was not safe, a vaccine that 169 countries are currently using. And finally, the government has never offered free testing and free vaccine. Right now, they allowed private organizations to do the testing, and they just allowed private organizations to sell the vaccine. This is outrageous. Imagine that a Haitian has to pay $85 to get tested, and we don't know how much they're going to ask for the vaccine. You come to the States, you go to a CVS store, and you get free testing, you get free vaccine. This is outrageous that the poor people of Haiti are not receiving this type of care when $60 million from the budget was allocated for COVID, $20 million from the World Bank was allocated from COVID, $15 million from other government, international government, was given to the government. $95 million waste. We don't know where it is. We could say côté COVID là, je dis, because it has not been used. The government has failed. If it was an MTV government, it would start right away massive vaccination, massive testing all over the country, a massive campaign, PR campaign, and we will do massive distribution of masks all over Haiti.
Before we switch to the Creole, there's hope, still hope for Haiti. Haiti is such a beautiful country where I came from, where you came from, first independent, Black independent country in the Western Hemisphere, now dealing with so much.
There is always hope whenever there is a will. And there is a will among the Haitian population. There is a will among the middle class. There is a will among some of the elite. And there is my will. I wrote on my bed, I will not die before seeing the seeds of change planted in Haiti. That's the nice part. The sad part is that I will not see the tree and I will not see the fruits of that. But that's fine. I think my kids and your kids and our grandkids will see the change. We always have to fight. Mandela spent 29 years in jail and saw the liberation of South Africa. Kagame saw 800,000 of his citizens killed in a genocide. Today, Rwanda is la perle de l'Afrique. We can fight, we can work together to create la perle des Antilles encore.
Ok, invité nous c'est Dr. Reginald Boulos depuis Haïti avec lui que n'a pas opiné actualité. Rapidement, Dr. Boulos nous connaît que il y a un rapport qui sorti de ULCC qui dit que organisation que ou dirigé ou du moins une organisation qui a dirigé mal utilisé et plusieurs